Pepperdine on a run. They're within one.
It doesn't get any easier for either of those teams. Trying to get back on the winning ways. Again, gaining momentum going into the conference tournament for themselves, but then also to solidify their position for the NCAA tournament. NCAA tournament.
Could the loss for Syracuse be a good thing?
I think the loss for Syracuse can be a good thing in terms of taking the pressure off of them, but I heard Coach Boeheim speak about, the pressure. He doesn't mind it. Every single game they're going in with the mindset and mentality to win the game.
Nick Stover with the foul for LMU, his first. That's now 3 on the Lions. 8 straight points for Pepperdine. Stacey Davis. Another deep 3 from Scowen. And a rebound. Lost out of bounds as Payne and Levin bumped into each other. But they're calling a foul on Pepperdine, and Malte Kramer, the senior from Germany, for going over the back, his first. 4 now on Pepperdine. Marion Mornar is in for LMU. 6'9" sophomore from Croatia. Here is Mornar. Also in C.J. Blackwell, a sophomore here from L.A. Ireland. Dishes to Levin. Shot clock at 5. Ireland. Blackwell from the corner. And a rebound. And it's going the other way to Pepperdine. They're calling a foul.
Yeah, might be staying here. Terrific defensive effort from Pepperdine, but you have to be able to finish the possession. You have to get that off at that defensive rebound if you're Pepperdine. Good job of competing on the glass from Gabe Levin.
Foul on Malcolm Brooks, his first. Blackwell attacks. And the rebound secured by Stacey Davis.
Now Stacey will go up and get that rebound.
Here's Davis inside. Finds Brooks in the corner. And the rebound, Blackwell and LMU. Ireland. Too strong on a 3. And Pepperdine controls.
It's 3 straight possessions with 3-point attempts. Right now, you see if you can get the basketball inside and finish in the paint.
Brooks to the basket. Spins off. Mornar, the rebound for LMU. A little bit of a zone look now from Pepperdine.
Yeah, changing it up. It's like a 1-2-2. It's a matchup zone. So the ideal position on offense, you got to get the ball into the middle, look down or look opposite. So right now they're going to get somebody flashing to that elbow right there.
Opened it up for Levin. Too strong. And the rebound, Stacey Davis and Pepperdine. Waves looking for their first lead. Pepperdine has taken 14 shots from the field, now make it 15. 10 of them have been threes, and that one gives Pepperdine their first lead. Malte Kramer from the corner.
There's been something that's plagued Pepperdine of late, their their inability to knock down 3-point shots. In their last 2 games, they're 21% from the 3-point line. Good sign for them that they're knocking down those shots.
They've trailed by 10 already in this game. Here's Ireland with 7 on the timer. Payne. Pull up. And the rebound, Scowen and the Waves. Davis to the basket. Tough floater by Stacey Davis.
And that's what Coach Wilson wants to see out of his young power forward. He's got a big body. Looks like a linebacker out there, physically imposing, wants him attacking, getting to the basket.
13-0 run for Pepperdine. They lead it by 4. Payne missing a 3, chases down the miss. Gets the roll and finally ends the drought for the Lions.
And long shots, long rebounds. The situation where the guards have to come back and get that rebound and help out their big guys.
Davis, a good look. Hits.
Good execution on the offensive end for Pepperdine. Again, any type of zone, whether it be full court or on the half court, you look to get the ball to the middle. Stacey Davis more than capable of making the play once he flashes into that open area.
Here's Payne attacking. Blackwell launches. And a foul going for the rebound, and it's on Levin and LMU. Pepperdine on a roll.
See Davis being aggressive, attacking the basket. Nice.
In St. Mary's tonight, and it's going to make for a great tournament in Las Vegas coming up in a few weeks.
New tournament for us this year, more traditional format where we have 7, 10, 8, 9 games in the first round and then a traditional quarterfinal day, and so it really will be wide open in Las Vegas.
And then for Portland, I mean, they're the number 5 seed right now in the WCC. They're the only team in conference who have beaten both Gonzaga and BYU. So, look, any team, as you said, is capable of beating anybody.
In a neutral site tournament, one-and-done situation, when you have that kind of depth, we're looking for a really exciting week in Las Vegas.
Stacey Davis with the hoop and a 6-point lead now for the Waves. Being it personal here for a moment, you're responsible now for Jaron meeting his wife, Jamie.
I did introduce Jaron and Elsa many years ago in a basketball office at Stanford University, their esteemed alma mater, so I do take some credit for that.
Yeah, my kids say thank you.
Here's Davis, and Stacey Davis in a good flow. He has 12 of 5 of 5 from the field.
And how about the ability of Pepperdine to knock down the three-point shot, something they've struggled in doing the last couple games, but not this evening tonight.
And they weathered the early storm. They were down 10. Nick Stover way off the mark. Menard keeps it alive, but then lost out of bounds by Jeremy Major. It stays with Loyola Marymount here. So a 9-point lead for Pepperdine. In addition to being commissioner of the WCC, you have the great responsibility of being on the selection committee for the NCAA tournament. When you were just in Indianapolis, Jamie, and part of a mock selection process, explain to us what went on there in Indianapolis.
So we took about a day and a half. We set up the room as it will be set up in March when we come in for a 5-day selection. And we literally went through all of our conference reports that we monitor during the season and talked about the relative strengths of the teams. It took about a half day selecting probably 30 or 35 teams in a mock selection, seeded all those teams, and then took a sort of mock 68-team seed list and actually did a bracket. So most of it is just to refresh everybody for the process, get some sense of sort of what's coming in terms of relative strength of teams at this point in the season. So when we get there for the 5 days in March, we're a little bit refreshed on the process.
Now we're going to have a kind of a mock selection here with Jaron. We're going to put him on the spot, Jamie. And I want you to critique Jaron, okay? 9-point lead for Pepperdine. Inside 5 minutes left in the half, and Anthony Ireland gets on the scoreboard. And he has 7.
Right there, Pepperdine went away from their defensive game plan. They allowed Anthony Ireland to get to his left hand. He's much more effective scoring the basketball, moving to his left.
Nice pass by Ireland. And a shot blocked. Blackwell had it rejected.
By Austin Mills, the smallest man on the court. Bring that weak stuff in here.
Inside. Blackwell to the basket.
Terrific pass from Evan Payne over the top of the zone defense. Good look down, good vision.
Scowen from deep. Way off the mark. Out of bounds. And a basketball belongs to. Waiting for a signal. Still no signal from the officials. But we have a timeout on the floor. Coming up, Jaron makes his selection.
country, that's a very difficult thing to do. Conference play matters, especially on the road. I also look at non-conference strength of schedule and scheduling intent, which I think is important. I think we have sent a message the past couple of years that how you schedule your non-conference matters. So, but others might be influenced by other factors, and that's why we have a 10-member committee of folks from all over the country in different divisions and otherwise.
Just so you know, Joe Lunardi, Jaron,
Yes.
has Providence in, but Baylor out.
I saw
You
that.
disagree with Joey Brackets.
I'm not going to disagree with Joey Brackets. I'm changing my mind.
Blackwell missing. He keeps it alive, though, and a foul against Pepperdine. And it's on Malte Kramer, his second. 5-point lead. Pepperdine is led by as many as 9. LMU led by as many as 10 early. And it's not just a process, Jamie, where you're there
For himself right now. As we go to break, Austin Mills, the man of the hour right now. In ball handling ability. You know he's going to be cheering really hard for Texas is BYU. Again, BYU having beaten Texas earlier in the year. The better that Texas does, the better their resume looks.
Tell you, Saturday's a perfect day. You might sit in front of your television, but have your iPad out or your iPhone or whatever, and you watch ESPN app, and the computer would watch ESPN. With all the games going on Saturday, this is the place to be. Anthony Ireland, what do you think of those games going on Saturday? You've got Duke and Syracuse, Arizona, Colorado, Stanford, UCLA, Kansas, and Texas. Goes on and on, but the great games.
Big day of college basketball.
College game day from Boulder. A three by Malte Kramer, his second of the night. Big game in Boulder for Sean Miller in Arizona. Wildcats still on top of the Pac-12. UCLA with a big win last night. UCLA playing really well.
UCLA dominated your alma mater, Cal, but Arizona, how about just showing the grit and toughness? Kind of, it's one of those things where somebody just makes a play for them, whether it be in overtime or in the end of regulation. Came up a little short against Arizona State, but
outlasting Utah last night, and Larry Pistoiak's team is playing well. Anthony Ireland, 3. 14 now for Ireland, and he pulls the Lions within 2.
And that's what makes Anthony Ireland just a special player, the ability just to create his own shot. Also, has to get his teammates involved on the offensive end, but then the ability at the end of a shot clock just to jump up and make a play.
Long 3 from Austin Mills. The rebound run down by Kramer. Davis, right to the basket and 1. Ninth 20-point game for Stacey Davis this season, 10th of the sophomore's career.
Coach Wilson loves that Stacey Davis is doing his damage with all 10 digits in the paint. Good job of finishing down there. Again, he has a body like a linebacker. Someone who just absorbs the contact and just finishes through it. Terrific strength by this young man. Only a sophomore, so you know he's just going to continue to improve.
Now 3 of 3 at the line. Fouling Alex Osborne of LMU. Ireland for 3. Gets the shooter's roll.
It's one of those situations where Anthony Ireland might just have to take over this game just to give his team a chance to win.
And he can do that.
Talking to one of his coaches before the game, and he said, you know you're good when you get a standing ovation on your opposition's home court.
Malte Kramer 3.
Well, Malte Kramer right now knocking down the threes for LMU. You have to be able to KYP, know your personnel. Malte Kramer is a knockdown shooter. You have to be there on the catch.
3 of 3 from outside the arc. Shot clock at 10. Step back. Ireland hits again.
And the coaches talked about at the shoot-around. They want to force Anthony Ireland to his right. He is extremely effective going to his left with that step-back jump shot. That time you saw it right there.
Kramer misses. Davis keeps it alive, though, for Pepperdine. Kramer again. This one is in.
This man is on fire right now. We got a shootout going here at LMU.
12 for Malte Kramer. Well, they're used to that in this building. And the three-pointer missed by C.J. Blackwell. Ahead for Major. Again, Malte Kramer. That went off the mark with a rebound. Alex Osborne. Here come the Lions. Inside 11.5 minutes to go. Payne has his shot blocked out of bounds, and it stays with Loyola Marymount.
Anthony Ireland, he's getting it cooking. You see the step back jump shot, knocking down the big
Three-point game here tonight. And now with 2,097 points, he is closing in on 2,100 for his career. Second on the LMU scoring list is Ireland missing. And the rebound Lane and Pepperdine. Terrell Lowry sits with 2,201. And, of course, the all-time leading scorer here in LMU history is the late Hank Gathers.
Again, growing up here in Los Angeles, you come to understand the special players that Hank Gathers, both here, the guys that you mentioned that are on that list. Anthony Ireland to be mentioned along the greats here at LMU. That is truly elite company.
There's an update from Provo, second half, and BYU leading Gonzaga. A win tonight, and Gonzaga clinches the outright championship of the conference. And for BYU, if they can get that win, it would be enormous because according to Joe Lunardi, bracketologist here at ESPN, the BYU Cougars are right now sitting on that bubble.
They're on the bubble again. If they get that win tonight against Gonzaga, if Texas is able to beat Kansas again, that would just bolster their resume.
Out of bounds, last touch by Ireland. It's a Pepperdine ball. BYU played a very tough schedule. They lost at Oregon in overtime, lost a tight one at home to Iowa State, lost to Wichita State, and beat Texas, which you alluded to. Shot missed by Brooks, and the rebound to the Lions.
I'm not going to talk about what BYU did to my alma mater, Stanford.
You notice how I conveniently left it out there for you? You're quick to bash mine. Well,
112 points in Naples.
Shot missed by Alex Osborne. He was fouled to go to the line, but what hurt BYU is losing to both of these teams. To start conference play, they were 0-2 with losses right here to LMU and up the road in Malibu to Pepperdine.
Again, part of that was the strength of their non-conference games. They came into conference play a little punch-drunk. They were able to find their legs going to a winning streak after losing their first two games in conference play. But you're right, losing to LMU, losing to Pepperdine definitely hurt them.
One more for Alex Osborne. 7 points, 9 rebounds tonight. The senior from right here in LA.
BYU, if they do make the tournament, they have one of the most dynamic scorers in all of college basketball, capable of carrying them in the big games and big wins. Tyler Hall.
That shot off the mark from Malte Kramer, and a foul going for the rebound. Jet Raines of Pepperdine with his second.
Jet Raines and Austin Mills being subbed out. Both of those young men gave a good lift to Pepperdine here in the second half. But right now, Stacey Davis is the man, and he needs to be on the court. Having recorded, his 6th double-double of the year.
21 points, 10 rebounds to this point for Davis. 8 of 9 from the floor. Osborne goes inside again. And the rebound, number 11 for Davis.
See, Brendan Lane kind of played what I would call surrender defense. He did not want to pick up his 4th foul. If I'm LMU and Coach Good, I go right back at Brendan Lane to see if he can pick up that 4th foul on him.
Kramer has it stolen away by Osborne. They're taken right back. Nice hustle by Jeremy Major. Davis attacks and lays it in.
Smart play, high basketball IQ by Jeremy Major. Understanding that the outlet pass was going to be made a terrific defensive play on it, which triggered the offensive opportunity for Stacey Davis on the other end.
Davis blocks the shot of Gabe Levin.
That's Stacey Davis doing it on both ends right now.
The 6'6" sophomore having a great night. Five-point Pepperdine lead. Their largest of the second half. They led by as many as 9 in the first half here tonight. Davis. Out of bounds. It belongs to LMU.
See the good kick-ahead pass from Malcolm Brooks, able to find Stacey Davis. And then doing it on the other end as well. Get up, young man. Stacey Davis getting the ball at its highest point.
Good ball movement by the Lions. Osborne missing the reverse, and Brendan Lane clears. Malcolm Brooks, off-balance floater.
And LMU doesn't have a shot blocker down there. Malcolm Brooks being extremely aggressive, taking the ball to the basket, and able to get those points in the paint.
Max Good and Loyola Marymount take time. Pepperdine has opened up a 7-point lead on the Lions. Also live on Watch ESPN. Again, part of a great Saturday of games. That one, I'm really looking forward to that Kansas-Texas game on ESPN. I'll be out and about. I'll be traveling, getting ready for Arizona State and Utah on Sunday. Salt Lake City, which is a big game right here on ESPN. Here come the Waves. Major ahead. Scooping it, but Malcolm Brooks missing, and LMU clears.
And now for LMU, got to get the ball back to Anthony Ireland. He's got 13 points in the second half. He's got to get more touches.
Jeremy Major to basket. The follow by Malcolm Brooks. 9-point lead. Saturday, you've got Duke, Syracuse coming up. Arizona, Colorado, Stanford, UCLA. Of course, Texas and Kansas. Some great basketball to watch. Make sure you have whatever device you use, your iPad, computer.
Got to stay connected.
If you're out and about, you can still watch those games.
Watch ESPN app. Will be used a lot this weekend.
9-2 run for Pepperdine. To lead it by 9. Davis for 3. Got it! His third 3 of the night. 26 for Stacey Davis. 2 off a career high. And the largest lead of the night for Pepperdine.
Coach Wilson prefers for Stacey Davis to do his damage down low in the paint. But Stacey Davis is making his case be known. Hey, Coach, I got some versatility in my game, knocking down the threes.
32nd timeout for LMU.
He only had 5 field goal attempts for the entire game. Talked about it with the coaching staff, and they said it was a point of emphasis to get this man involved on the offensive end and run offense through him. And he's providing that spark off the bench this evening.
And the bench scoring 46 at Pepperdine, 64 tonight.
Then Malte Kramer, Austin.
Levin is fouled by Lane before the shot on the floor. And that's the 4th on Brendan Lane with 6:04 to play.
And the bench for Pepperdine has been the story. Austin Mills, state
Spot.
Not in my mind. I think Florida might move, but well, you know what? If they win
at Duke.
If they win at Duke, I think they hold on to their #1 spot. But with that loss against BC at home, I think Florida might be, not the #1 team now.
Here's Ireland to the basket. Gets his own miss. Ireland. And a foul going for the offensive rebound as Gabe Levin was fouled by Jet Raines, his 3rd, and 2 free throws for the freshman Levin.
How about Anthony Ireland? He's leaving it all out there. Yeah, he missed the bunny in the paint, but he got the offensive rebound. I'm talking about the smallest guy on the court coming up with the offensive rebound, fighting, being competitive. That's the type of leader that he is for Coach Max Good's team.
Levin, way strong on that one. Whoa. And he's a good foul shooter, 76%.
I heard him working. I saw him. I got here early. I saw him working on his bank shots from the free throw line, but not quite. That
was that for you then?
That might have been for me. Got to touch it up a little bit, fella.
There you go. There you go.
but that's what LMU needs to do. They need to get to the free throw line, cut into this lead without any time coming off the clock. Have to be aggressive.
And a steal by Levin as Davis threw it away. Ireland drops it off to Levin. Fouled and one.
Careless turnover by Pepperdine. You get Anthony